Nigeria has an estimated national demand of over 350,000 metric tons of certified seeds every year, and that's according to the National Agricultural Seed Council. However, the nation produces less than a quarter of that national demand. In our interview segment, the Director General of the Seed Council speaks on the presence of poor quality seed for the agriculture sector. Watch. Dr. Philip Ojo, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Well, let's begin now with this understanding that Nigeria is a major source of 60% of seeds traded in West Africa.
Yeah.
We need some perspective to this fact. What does this mean for us right now?
National Agricultural Seed Council, the regulatory authority for seed in Nigeria, have the responsibility to ensure quality of seeds is maintained and is actually made available to farmers. Now in West Africa, we are the leaders. We produce close to 60 or more % of seed that is being used in West Africa. What it means is that a lot of seeds are actually being used in most of the states in West Africa. And also, being leaders, we are the eyes of West Africa when it comes to seeds. We are even trying today to put together a center of excellence for seed in West Africa, here in Sheda, because, and it's going to be a center for advocacy, a center for capacity building, and a center for so many things. Let me tell you today that states in West Africa are coming to us in Nigeria and the Seed Council to come and understudy what we are doing. Gambia has been here, Ghana came, and some other countries have been coming to come and see what we are doing. That will show you that we are actually out there and we have been recognized as the leading West African country, particularly when it comes to seed.
Sorry, but why do we still have this deficit in seed availability as we speak?
You see, debt in seed availability has to continue to be there for some time because the seed industry, particularly the seed companies, have to actually produce to actually match with the demand. But what is important is that the demand has to be there. They must actually be able to, farmers must be able to buy for them to continue to produce. But when there's a lull in the market, you don't expect, because these companies are actually profitable organizations, they're out there to make profit. And they will not continue to produce if the demand is actually low.
So the question is, how do we have such a deficit when we are the major source of 60% of seeds, in West Africa? That is sort of an irony. Are we talking about quality seeds here? Or we're just talking of, people just producing seeds?
There are a lot of factors actually attributable to it. The industry, particularly the seed companies, have problems of finance. Yes, particularly.
Did you say problem of finance?
Yeah, because some of the seed companies have not been paid what they be owed by government. And a lot of them actually have to go to banks. And because what they collected in the first instance was from banks. And if they don't pay the banks, they cannot be given more money. And also, they need a lot of finance to put up some of the facilities that are actually there, because if they don't continue to maintain the facilities, they will be downgraded. And that's exactly what we have done just recently. 156 seed companies, 158 seed companies were actually licensed.
Yes.
And we have to do a lot of the certification. And we discovered that 75 seed companies were actually downgraded, and 24 were actually declared inactive. This is because they must continue to maintain the status which they were given right from the beginning. In the first instance, the facilities must be right. They must be able to bring on board very good quality breeders and seed technologies. And if they're not there, If they don't have money to actually continue to maintain them, there's going to be a lot of problem. And that's exactly why you see that some of them, their status were actually downgraded.
So the let's call it, is it reform or so to speak, because we already had 156 licensed companies already on ground.
Yeah.
In addition, now we have 158,
Yeah.
you know, added to that number. So we're wondering, is this going to address the problem of quality? Because we see a lot of fake seeds, you know, in the market. Farmers really are running away, you know, shying away from patronizing quality seeds because of the cost. And so, of course, you know, they get complacent and depend on just what they have, what they can produce, which doesn't match the standard. So how do you address the issue of quality seeds and fake seeds?
In addition to the number of seed inspectors we have,
Yes,
we inaugurated 35 seed inspectors, and they were kitted and provided with facilities to ensure that they are able to address the problem of fake seeds. Also, a lot is being done in order to address the issue of fake seeds. Enlightenment campaign, ensuring that our seed certification officers are actually out there to ensure and assure that the seed fields meet standards. Also, we do a lot of sensitization and surveillance and raise in the market, and also seed dealers and seed vendors who are actually being trained, and we go around, even not alone with us, but with members of civil defense, to raid markets and seize adulterated and fake seeds in order to serve as a deterrent. And these fake seeds are being bought publicly to serve as a deterrent to people. So we are doing a lot to ensure that the seed industry is sanitized and ensure that only good quality seeds are made available to farmers. That's exactly what we're doing.
Do you have a sense of the percentage of seed entrepreneurs who are, you know, parading fake seeds, so to speak?
Spurious people who are doing this, you can't just pick on them, because it is...
You said you can't just pick on them?
What I'm saying is this. You cannot say a particular percentage of the entrepreneurs are producing fake seed, because whoever we see that is producing fake and distributing fake seed are sanctioned.
Talk to us about the prospects of the seed industry right now in Nigeria, because you made some comments that the seed industry will facilitate 2.2 or generate 2.2 trillion by 2021. And equally, you're hoping that the seed sector would employ 18 million people, you know, in the agricultural value chain. How do you intend to go about this?
Thank you very much. You see, we told you that we had 157 seed companies before.
Yes.
A lot of entrepreneurs are actually very interested in this particular area because it's a money-spending venture. Now we have 158 in addition. A lot of entrepreneurs are going to the business because there's a gap. And that gap is actually an indication that there's a lot that, you know, a lot of money could be generated from it. That's exactly where that particular percentage or that amount came from. And when we see so many will be employed in agriculture, we are talking of a lot of people that are actually involved either as people that are benefiting directly or indirectly from agriculture. Transporters, seed producers, outgrowers of seed companies, so many other people, even seed conditioners, particularly those of them that are involved in seed processing equipment and the rest of it.
Right now, Nigeria is hoping to, you know, keep up to pace with other countries like Kenya or Tanzania who have very organized seed sector. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Philip Ojo, for coming on the program. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure, Gloria.
Thank you. Well, thanks for staying with us. We'd like to hear from residents of the nation's capital about the flood situation in their area as the September rain beckons. Remember, the prediction that the FCT, alongside 15 other states, will experience some flood in September still stands. Send your views and comments using the email address and Twitter handles on your screen. Also, be sure to share anything happening within your locality. You may watch any episode of the program on YouTube. Thank you for watching this week. I'm Gloria Umezuki. See you again.